Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have found another episode of the Cheesesteaks and Takes podcast show. My name is Colby Marshall, here with Chuck Butler, Uncle Chuck, my cousin Drew, my cousin Noah on this Sunday afternoon. Holy hell, fellas. LeBron James is a Sixer.
Let's go. Let's do this.
What in the world has happened in the city of Philadelphia? Wow. I did not expect this. As much as I thought Philadelphia was a great landing spot, as much as we all talked about us giving LeBron the best chance to win his next championship, when that news broke, I was in utter shock. Chuck, I want to ask you first, where were you? I talked to Drew a little bit off the air, but where were you when you heard the news? What were you doing?
I was kind of doing like a little bit of a meal prep, and I had WIP on in the background on my TV on YouTube, and I heard they mentioned something about LeBron making a decision. And I'm like, oh, okay, finally, we've been waiting forever, and I really didn't think he was going to say the Sixers, and I think the guy on WIP was kind of shocked too. And he announced it. And the first thing I did, I went upstairs and I looked at Noah. Of course, Noah was playing video games. And I said, I kind of opened his door and stared at him. And he's like, what? I said, you haven't heard? I'm assuming he didn't hear because he wasn't crying or anything on his knees praying to his LeBron jersey or something. So
I would have paid a little bit of money to see Noah's initial reaction to that news.
I
how
said,
big of a LeBron fan he is.
I told him to like check ESPN, and I kind of heard him stirring, and it was like, oh my God. I kept hearing like coming out of his room, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. So that's how I
Great.
kind of heard about LeBron. I'm not gonna lie, it's a day I will never forget, quite honestly. So
I was coming out of a interview that I had with an old boss. He had a job opportunity for me. So I was literally sitting down and saw it on my phone and just freaked out. And luckily the people at the desk were into basketball and into sports, and they saw the news too. So I was able to talk to them about it. But initially I was like I didn't know what to do. Like I ran outside so that I could calm myself. And then I came back in and I ran back outside. I didn't know what to do. I was in shambles. In shambles.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. So, I mean, I don't even want to discuss basketball. Yeah, I do have a couple of questions for you guys from a on the court standpoint of what the team will look like. But like, we got LeBron James on the Philadelphia 76ers. Like for me, growing up, I will say that all my friends, all my family, they rooted for the Cleveland Cavaliers with LeBron, the Lakers with Kobe. I didn't know any Sixers fans. I didn't know anybody that was going through the trenches of watching those Andre Miller-led teams, post Allen Iverson. I wasn't old enough to see prime Allen Iverson in 01. So those are the Sixers teams that I remember. This was the biggest bolt of joy I've gotten since Drew Holiday burst onto the scene as a 20-year-old kid, and they took when they almost took Boston to the brink and beat them in the playoffs. This is the biggest bolt of joy I've gotten since then, and this is the most excited or most proud I would say I've been to be a Sixers fan since then.
Kobe, that's wild. That's a sad statement that a memory of Drew Holiday compares to this one. I do agree with you though about the joy part. The one good thing about social media is it gives you like a temperature of like what's happening in the rest of the world, rest of the country, rest of the city of Philadelphia, and it's been pure joy. Like I don't know about your social media feeds, but I've seen like Pennsylvania Amish people celebrating. I've seen like Quakers celebrating. The Pennsylvania governor, shout out Josh Shapiro, declared it LeBron Day on July 24th. And then he shows up on WIP. And my one superpower, well, I have a couple superpowers. But one of my superpowers,
You're like my father. I didn't realize how much you two are alike when you the way that you talk about that's so
yes,
funny. He calls him
w-
never mind. We'll get to
my
that.
my superpower. Well, one of my superpowers is by I can tell if someone just by holding a basketball, I can tell if someone can play basketball. Like you, this whole like here's the basketball. And the way they hold it, I can tell immediately. Like I remember giving Zach a basketball. Here's a basketball, and I was like, "Oh, you're trash." Without dribbling, without shooting a shot, I could just tell.
Dang, Zach.
I should be like an Avenger with that superpower. But one of the things I can also do, I can tell if someone knows sports by the first like 3 words that come out of their mouth. I can tell if they're casual or if they're a really good sports fan. And Josh Shapiro, shout out Josh Shapiro. Like he was a big sports fan. He was on WIP and he was like breaking stuff down. I was like, wow, Josh Shapiro, you know your sports. It was great, and I hope he runs for president one day. So he was great. Shout out Josh Shapiro. But it's been so much joy, and I'm going to say this, and I know we got a lot to talk about. I got to give it up for Gansey. I was not familiar with your game. I cannot if someone had told me like he created an environment where the third best player of all time came to the came to the Sixers for signed for 2 years, and it looks like he's gonna end his career as a 76er, and he created that environment, and I think that's pretty cool, so I have to give it up to him. If someone told me at the beginning of the year after they lost to the Knicks that their team would be transformed into something like this, I would be like, "You're out of your mind." I thought he was, like, landlocked into these contracts, and he's done a wonderful job. I have to give him credit. He's been wonderful.
Yeah,
Um
I think that's one of the biggest things for me too is where we were after the Knicks series. Kind of like we've heard it across Philly sports media, the purgatory state of the basketball team,
Yep.
not knowing where it was going, kind of being tied to Paul George and Embiid with the contract situations and being having to rely on them to be on the court right away for us next season. And from that, in addition to Jared McCain, like I thought that I was going to be thinking about the Jared McCain trade for a long, 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 long time. And I
Mhm.
still will, but this helps. And so, like, to go from where we were to where we are now, adding Jalen Brown, adding LeBron, Anthony Simons, drafting LeBaron Filan Jr., who seems like he's going to be just a seamless culture fit with Maxi and VJ.
Yep.
It is a tip of the cap to Ganty and to the front office and to the organization for turning this thing around. And honestly, I know you hate the word, Chuck, but
Here it comes. Here comes everybody.
invigorating a new culture, a brewing
Wow.
brotherhood culture in
Wow.
Philadelphia for the
I
76ers.
I will say this, Kobe. We've gone from ashy to classy. LeBron brings that, I'll use your words, culture. Like the Sixers don't seem like a dysfunctional uh organization anymore. They seem like, oh, they feel like they're up there with the Spurs and the Knicks and Oklahoma City to some extent in terms of just doing the right things to win, even though I haven't won yet. But it seems like they're getting there.
I'm
And
glad,
it
yeah.
has a lot to do with LeBron. I'll give LeBron credit. Like it has a lot to do with him.
And I'm glad you brought up those teams because when you look at the past NBA champions, the Knicks, the Thunder, what those teams had going for them. Yeah, Jalen Brunson went dummy for the Knicks, obviously, but that Knicks squad was a brotherhood. I mean, you could talk about the podcast they did after games. You could talk about the Nova connection. They got along together and it showed on the court. Same thing with OKC. We all know about their culture and what they started with Shea at the helm. The Sixers with this core have the potential to be that sort of brotherhood that can take their on court talent to the next level to help them win a championship. Because, yeah, you can be good, you can have individual talent, but if you guys don't mesh, if you guys don't, honestly, I wouldn't say you have to necessarily like each other and love each other to win, but you have to be able to put egos aside and get along. And I think that this group of players, led by LeBron with his experience, they're going to be able to do that.
I agree.
Noah, I want to ask you, as the youngest person on this podcast, where does this stand as an all time great Philly sports moment for you? I mean, you could think about the Super Bowl for the Eagles, Nick Foles, obviously. You've had two Super Bowls actually from the Eagles, but where does this stand just fresh on your mind as an all time great Philly sports moment?
Honestly, like the day it happened, um, I wasn't as excited as I thought it'd be because like I already knew he was coming to the Sixers like a month ago. So like it was kind of just like everyone else. Like I already knew, so I was just waiting for everyone else to,
Really?
hear the news. I was talking to LeBron like last month.
Mhm.
You told me.
That explains a lot.
Listen, I hope you told them
Is
to come on the podcast too.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
That would help.
Yeah, I would say this is probably the best thing that ever happened to the Sixers.
In your lifetime. I have some pushback, but go ahead.
Yeah, we haven't done anything in my lifetime, so it's not
Mhm.
really a high bar to.
That's what I say. It's fair. It's fair comment.
Yeah, there's some people who like would rather not have LeBron on our team because of the maybe his fans or like the attention he brings.
Correct.
Maybe they would feel like this wouldn't be the Sixers ring or something like that. They feel like they would be making something else.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think the Sixers like have any like they're not in the place to like pick and choose like what kind of rings they want to get. Like
It's been
I
43 years. Correct.
I honestly like until I knew LeBron was coming, I honestly thought like I would never see the Sixers win a ring ever in my life, and now I have a little hope. So thank you, LeBron.
I just want to speak to that. I want to know Drew's reaction to as the resident LeBron hater on our podcast. But right now, and I wish Troy was on. Shout out to Troy. I know for people out there, Troy was so excited about LeBron that he needed a mental health day today. This right now for me ranks in terms of excitement. It ranks number one in terms of like re-energizing the city and like Philly. Like you can feel it. Like I went to work the next day after he signed with Philly, and I'm in Connecticut, and people are like, "Man, Philly's going crazy." It's nothing like Philadelphia when a big sports moment happens. You could feel it all over the country. It's the best sports city in the world. So in terms of excitement, and social media helps as well. In terms of excitement, it's number one. In terms of impact, we don't know yet. We'll see how it ends. But it's number like three for me in terms of like impact. Again, we it's still a little incomplete. I think Moses, when he you guys don't know, he signed an offer sheet with Sixers. Houston matched it, and then they worked out a trade where Moses could come to Philly. And guess what happened? He won MVP that year. Sixers won the championship. Again, there was no social media back there. If it was, it would have been crazy. He was a dominant player. And then it's right after that to me, it's Saquon, the signing. Again, it didn't have the fanfare that this did, and Saquon didn't have the gravity that LeBron has, but Saquon went off, and the Eagles won the Super Bowl. So if LeBron brings a championship to Philly, it will be it will probably have to be number one if you added in excitement and the results. But right now it's standing at number three for me, a guy who's seen as much as I've seen. I'm going to ask Troy that question and see where it ranks for him the next time he's on. But yeah, it kind of I can't even think of like a close fourth. I thought Roy Holiday was pretty big, but
What about the Phillies? I mean, you've had the dominant runs in the late
yeah, but
2000s.
they were more. They didn't really acquire someone that when they won their World Series, the team was basically homegrown. There wasn't a lot of like this big acquisition. Even when Cliff Lee, he was great for the Phillies, but they didn't win it with him on the team. He wasn't on the squad at that point. So they didn't have a huge acquisition. I'm talking about like someone that they signed and it led to like really a championship. Right now, Moses is still number one to me. And like I said, it just wasn't social media back then. If it was, Philly would have been on fire. And he delivered. Dominant season. That Sixers team is considered probably top 3, maybe top 5 all-time teams. And it's because of him. Dominant. So, but like I said, LeBron, this result, again, I'm not expecting LeBron to be Moses. Your dad, I'm not going to steal your dad's thunder, but you and your dad, me and Troy talked after the lab podcast when it was over. By the way, some of the best content is when we're not after the podcast, when we're not airing it. And he had said something I thought was that really got me on board with signing LeBron. Like I was okay. I really like that mindset. I think it is okay. Like if he comes to the Sixers, I won't steal his thunder because I want him. He might have mentioned you, Kobe, but I'll let him mention it when he comes
Can I
back
just say
on.
something?
I know what you're going to say.
Yeah, I don't know what he said.
Go ahead. Go ahead. No.
I just don't like how you're saying, "Oh, he can come to the Sixers." Like,
I'm giving him permission,
like,
to come to the Sixers. He has my blessing.
Who do you think the
LeBron
Sixers
James
are that we could like?
Especially for LeBron James.
It's like, yeah, LeBron
James.
I guess you're worthy to come play for us.
I'm gonna give it my blessing, LeBron. You have to come to the Godfather of the Sixers, which is me, and I'm gonna allow it. But yeah, just getting back to like the original point and your opening statement, Kobe, it's the joy. It is so much joy. The LeBron fans, you guys gonna have to wait a little bit to. It's right now. This belongs to the Sixers fans. All this joy you're seeing. Once we're done celebrating, we'll let you in. You can burn your Lakers jersey or your Cavs jersey that you have been wearing, and you can come over to the Sixers. But not right now. We're going to wait a little bit before we let you in. That's all. That's me. I'm as the Godfather of the Sixers.
And listen, if we're being 100% honest, come playoff time when we have the potential to see those Knicks in Xfinity Mobile Arena and those fans, we're gonna need all those LeBron's fans.
I do want to talk about that though. After we get Drew's reaction, I do want to know like where you guys think the Sixers rank now in like Eastern Conference and also in the NBA. So if you got just think about that for a second. But I do want to know Drew's reaction. Like, where were you? Were you thinking, oh my God, this guy?
As another guy, the person that didn't want LeBron initially.
Yeah.
I'm the only one who on the podcast who's been vocal about LeBron.
You and your father.
Yeah.
Father.
Yeah, but Dad is more, I guess, accepting LeBron than I am. I liked him in Miami.
Troy had a lot to do with that, and like I said, next time he's on, I want him to explain what he was thinking. That he said this is he told me like this. I think this is a reason. He basically gave me like a scenario why LeBron would be good for the Sixers, and I was like, I never thought of that. So
yeah, I'm interested to hear that.
Yeah,
but no,
Drew.
I was at work. I was on Instagram. I actually saw the post you put on, Colby, I think in the chat, and I think that's when I found out. Yeah, and I looked it up. You know, his signing 2-year contract, $8 million. I'm like, that makes sense. And my thinking was about the 2 years is like, let's say, God forbid, it didn't work out. It gives him the ability to go somewhere else for 2 years.
What does that look like for you, Drew? What is that?
It looks like an escape. It looks like an escape.
No, what did you say? If it doesn't work out, like what does that look like on the court? I guess to you, or like
if that does it. I see if all right. So let me start with the good part about LeBron James coming through. I think the Sixers organization hasn't had a signing in a very long time where we feel like not even just a playoff contending team, but a championship contending team. I don't think we've actually had that type of lens in a long time. If I'm being honest.
Tell us something we don't know. But go ahead.
Fine. I think that LeBron James is going to provide the gap with Joel Embiid being unable to play for most of the season. LeBron James doesn't have to pay for the whole season either.
Yeah.
And I think that could work to some advantages when we only need each of them for only, a few minutes throughout the game. We don't need them for the whole season to play. We can save them and preserve them. We can have VJ. We can have Tyrese Maxey come through on the field and compensate, have the younger guys and give LeBron James the opening, give Joel Embiid the time.
On the court.
Right.
But yes, great point.
That'd be my only that'd be the best use of their ability. LeBron James is how old is LeBron James, Noah, as the biggest LeBron James Blazer?
I don't know, like 41, I think. Something like that.
Right.
He's 41.
So yeah,
that's a great point.
That's really it.
We
don't need LeBron to play every game.
I don't know.
And that's not a bad thing.
I agree with you.
You think?
I don't agree with that.
Well, what's your counter argument to that, Noah?
How are we gonna win a championship with a team that doesn't play together?
No, I'm saying is that it's not that I don't want him to play every game.
Yes.
I don't think we need to.
If he plays 60 games, you don't think he could? They would still be.
I think what Drew is saying, they're in a better position to be without Embiid with LeBron than they were with the roster that they had before.
I think they're in a better position to be without Embiid for stretches, and also if LeBron needs like a little break, like just for stretches, not in playoffs. I think Embiid may miss some playoff games, but not in the playoffs. But like during a regular season, 82 games is a long season. So if he gives us 60 games.
But Noah does have a point, because what championship team have we seen that doesn't have guys that built camaraderie throughout the season and that played together? Like,
well, Wemby played a little. He just. I know he qualified for some of the awards, but the only reason he qualified is because they gave him credit for the in-season tournament games. He was short initially, but then they gave him credit for those games. So he played around 60 games. And that team was able to get to the finals.
But they didn't win. They did not win the championship.
They didn't win, but they were in position to win.
But the teams that have won have had guys on the court that
Wemby is
camaraderie.
Wemby is the greatest defender of all time. So.
Okay, but so for your logic, guys, then the Sixers aren't going to win because Embiid is not playing. How many games do you think Embiid's going to play?
I think they'd be playing as much games as possible.
40 plus.
Should be like.
No. Answer my question. Like, what do you think? Is he playing 50 games?
Well, listen, we haven't had a full offseason for Joel Embiid to primarily focus on strength development and getting healthy. Like, he was rehabbing last offseason. I would make it a win if he played at least 50 games. But given that he'll have a full offseason, given that he said after the loss to the Knicks in the playoffs that he felt like he was going to have his best offseason and he was going to come, ready to play next year. With the way that he sounded, I feel like, could he play 60 games? Maybe he could get to that point.
Kobe,
so maybe he could surprise us this year. Maybe he could surprise us.
60 games? Okay. Maybe. I'm thinking 50. I'll be thrilled. 60 games?
That's a stretch.
We'll see.
All I'm saying is, like, I don't think Embiid's going to play, like, 60-plus games. So, like, LeBron and Embiid can't both just, like, not play because we're resting them or, like, preserving them. Like, both of them definitely not. Maybe Embiid, one of them, like Embiid, since he's just.
And I'm fine with that.
Kobe and Drew, Noah, you don't think if LeBron gives us 60 to 65 games and Embiid gives us 50 games, you don't think that's a formula for a good
65
playoff run?
games is a lot of games in today's NBA.
Yeah, that's a lot of
Well,
games.
like Noah said, they have to be on the court together. Like we have to maximize the time that they're on the court together for this team to reach their full potential. So like if they're out there and LeBron's not there, Embiid's not there, it's gonna affect them come playoff time. But luckily, with how smart LeBron James is and Joel Embiid, we have to give him credit for his basketball IQ. They can figure it out if they're limited throughout the season. Like I trust those guys to figure it out. We saw the Sixers this past season in the playoffs plug in Paul George, and they knocked out the Celtics, and he played his butt off. And so I trust these guys with their championship pedigree. Like we now have championship pedigree. I trust them to figure it out, and it's going to come down to everybody else playing their role and doing what they need to do for the basketball team. And I trust Jaylen Brown, LeBron with their championship pedigree to figure it out with when everybody gets on the court.
So, Cope, I totally understand that. But I think to expect a guy who's 41, 42 years old, and Embiid who has a history of injuries. Again, this is just me, and I don't know what's going to happen. Like, giving me 50 games from Embiid, 60 games from LeBron, and then relying on Maxey, Jaylen Brown, VJ to give us 70, 75 games when they're not playing, I think I'll be thrilled with that.
Yeah, I would too.
I think we can go into the playoffs, ready to roll if that happens.
Yeah.
Again, hopefully Embiid's not hurt or has like a appendectomy or something going into the playoffs. But I'll be thrilled if I got those numbers out of those guys. So we'll see what happens. But I mean, can we transition into like, what do you guys see the Sixers? Are they better than the Knicks? Are they better than Cleveland? Are they better than Oklahoma City? Are they better than the Spurs? Can they beat those teams?
They're not better than the Knicks. Nobody in the East is better than the Knicks right now. The Knicks just won the championship, and they're bringing back the same core that they had. So I wouldn't put anybody up above the Knicks. I think Philly is, you could say that they're a close second. They're arguably second. But I think, generally speaking, with all teams that have new rosters, it takes them time to gel and mesh. So I think it'll take them time to reach their full potential. But I do think with LeBron's IQ and the championship pedigree that they have, it's going to fast track that a little bit. So we might not have to wait as long for them to reach that, their full potential. But I think it will take time. I would not put them above OKC. I would not put them above San Antonio. So those three teams, I can't, not until they actually play some basketball.
So all of this joy and love and craziness happening in Philly, they are the 5th best team in basketball.
4th. I would say
fourth. Okay.
Going into the season.
Okay.
I mean.
That's fair. How about you, Noah?
I mean, only team in the East that I would put them above them is the Knicks because they just won. I think that's what
Kobe said. That's what Kobe said.
And I'm talking about regular season. I feel like in the playoffs we can match up with any of these teams. I don't think we're gonna have like a crazy 60-win season or anything. I just want the team to have some rapport together and be healthy going into the playoffs. And I think if we get there healthy, we can compete with anyone.
I agree with that. So
I mean, one thing I'm looking forward to. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It's just I'm ready to see if LeBron can make Adem Bona not the dumbest player in the NBA. If we just have slightly
I'm so glad
better than that.
I'm so glad
I think he could be a solid backup.
LeBron will be the best lob thrower on the team. It's possible.
I think we'll see the best.
It's not even about the lobs.
I'm just.
That's about being in the right spot on the court and not.
Oh my God! Fine. I'm sorry. I spoke.
You're okay. No problem.
But yeah, I'm excited to see LeBron to Bona lobs. I'm excited for that. I think that LeBron can make Bona better. I mean, he's going to make everybody better, but especially a guy like Adem Bona who struggled his first 2 years, like you brought up, Noah. He's going into year 3. This is a make it or break it year for Adem Bona. If we don't see progression, and I don't want to kill him too much. I'm a Adem Bona fan. I think in a lot of ways he did improve. I could name a few ways he improved from year 1 to year 2, but we need to see more from him, especially at this position that we hold in high regard. So I'm excited. I'm glad you brought that up. No, I'm very excited to see him play with LeBron. I think that we will see the best of Adem Bona in year 3. I'm calling it. He's gonna have his best season, and he'll beat out. He'll be the solidified backup big next to behind him.
Did you guys see Dwight Howard saying he wants to come back to the Sixers?
Oh, did he? That's awesome.
I would do that.
No, I did not see that.
Guys, I want everyone to
We're
close their eyes
good,
right
Dwight.
now.
That was
I
the
want
best
everyone-
backup we have ever had.
I want everyone to close their eyes.
Pause.
Imagine Kelly Oubre on this team right now. Oh my God.
God.
We would be...
If we kept Kelly Oubre, we wouldn't have LeBron. Right
I
now.
would be camping out on Broad Street right now for my parade spot if Oubre was on this team.
Kelly
I
Oubre would
think-
be like the 8th best player on the team.
On that note, okay, we know the starting 5. Is Phylon getting any run? Give me like the depth chart. Again, I know it depends on like who needs a rest or not, but on the bench, you know, we got Dean Wade making $10 million a year, but what do you guys see? Like who's 6 through 10? Who's the next 5 players that coming up the rest? And it sounds like they're going to sign KCP as well.
Yeah, I
Already
did. I
did.
did hear that about KCP.
Yeah. So what do you guys?
mean,
Let's say he's on the squad. Who's 5 through 10, and where does Bronny fit in to this squad? Because you know he's coming.
It's
Wh-
not
what-
coming.
He's coming. They're gonna trade Embiid for Bronny.
Don't say that.
No, but seriously, who's 6 through 10 on the team?
Simons. Phylon.
You think he's like he might be the first? you're probably right.
Everybody's been calling him Simmons. I'm so glad you called him Simons. Like if you turn on Philly Sports Radio, they callers come on. They're talking about, oh yeah,
Philly Sp-
Simmons. No, it's
Everyone on Philly
Simons.
Sports Radio is a moron, so I'm not surprised.
Answer my question.
By the way, that's been a lot of fun to listen to as well. Philly Sports
it
Radio.
has been.
But yeah, Phylon's got a ball. I mean,
Before we
What
sign
do you-
LeBron, Phylon's the best passer on the team.
I
Phylon
agree,
does.
but where is he? Is okay? So we have Dean Wade making $10 million. We have
You keep saying that.
KCP.
What is
We
wrong
have
with you?
Simmons.
like nails on a chalkboard.
We have
for
Bona.
me.
We have Bona.
Edwards, Barlow,
Edwards is the first wing off the bench, probably, right?
Barlow.
Well, I
Barlow's
guess-
gonna
I
be
guess
so good with. Oh my gosh, with LeBron.
Barlow.
Is
Running
is
into
I haven't got
KCP
this-
is KCP or Dean Wade not a wing? What are we talking about? They're wings.
Yeah, Dean Wade. So you're right, Noah.
KCP's
so-
a wing.
But Edwards, would you say Edwards a bit ahead of like Phylon? Like in terms of just
No.
getting on the court? Not position wise, but get on the court.
KCP is better than Justin Edwards.
Listen, all these
Okay.
guys that you just named, they're gonna have to earn minutes. Like we're going into training camp. It's gonna be Phylon against Justin, Simons against Phylon.
I don't think it's going to be that hard to earn minutes for the Sixers bench. Like it's always trash. So
Well, not this
It's
year.
gonna well, it's gonna be a battle. It's gonna be a battle, whatever way you slice it, to be that 6th man. Like it's gonna be there's gonna be a competition, which is good. It's gonna make them better.
Correct.
So I mean,
But it's a.
but
I
Phy-
guess what I'm saying, to me, maybe not to Noah, but to me, it's a deep bench. I don't see Phylon getting a lot of burn
I think-
right away. He might be. I agree with you, Noah, that he's the best passer besides LeBron on the team.
and probably
he's
the
a
best
rookie.
ball
He-
handler too.
Baby Rosa, but he's slight. Who's he going to defend? And he's a
He's not
rookie.
that
He might
slight.
not get a. What?
He's not that small.
Oh, fine. He's the defensive player of the year. My bad.
He was a
No,
good
Chuck,
defender in
I
college.
think you were saying that he's like he's lightweight, like as far as his body weight.
Yeah, like,
But he's not.
gonna-
He's 6'3". He's got
He plays bigger
average
than
size.
he plays bigger than he is.
fine.
I would
He's
agree.
He's a sixth man of the year. My bad.
I would agree. I'm excited to see him play,
What is wrong?
especially in lineups next to VJ, where he can find him in transition as sort of a true. I mean, he's a point guard. Phylon, let's be real. I see his Maxi as more of a combo guard, but Phylon's a point guard that likes to score. So, but he's also gonna look to pass because he is a point guard. I'm excited to see him play with VJ.
Listen. He's not getting any run. I hate to tell you guys this. He's not. Relax. Save your vocals, Cope. Save it.
Like,
'cause
you're the
he's not-
same
he's
person
not
who
getting.
like wants to like get rid of Jaylen Brown and LeBron so we can have Kelly Oubre back.
But so Chuck,
I don't
who's
think
gonna
the
be
Pacers would do that. I don't think the Pacers would trade Kelly Oubre for LeBron and. Jaylen
Phylon's
Brown.
better than Kelly Oubre ever was.
So wait, I'm curious.
He's fine, but he's a rookie and he's skinny.
So who's gonna be the backup point guard?
Probably.
You don't have one. He's the
They don't have
only,
one.
He's the
Like-
only. He's the only guy that can come off the bench and handle and create offense.
Like you were
So we can all
you were
agree
complaining
that
about VJ and Maxi playing 45 minutes every game, and now you're saying, "Oh, Phylon's not going to play." He's
no,
too
but
small.
you have Simons and you have
Simon's not a point guard.
no. I'm not saying he's a point guard, but neither is Maxi. LeBron is not a
So
point
then
guard.
why
on
are
the
we
team.
not playing our only point guard?
Fine,
LeBron?
fine. Finaline's going to be. I just don't see it. I don't know. The team seems pretty deep with veterans that you're going to have this rookie come in. Maybe he is. I don't know.
but
I
they're
find
not. They're not deep at the point guard position. They have Maxi
Okay,
in
first of all, I want everyone to stop saying point guard because there's no such thing as a point guard in the league anymore. Embiid's going to
there
bring
is.
it up. Jalen Brown's going to bring it up. Maxi's going to bring it up.
There's more
Like,
to
there's
being
no
a
more-
point guard.
There's no point guards in the league.
There's more to being a point guard though than just
You're
bringing
right.
the ball up the court.
You're right. But when I'm talking about initiating offense, they're going to be there's tons of people on the team that can initiate offense.
So there's no
From
more,
Embiid,
So Embiid's not a center. We don't have a center on the team anymore.
what?
If you want
No.
to go on like that, how is Embiid a center? He doesn't get rebounds, shoots mid ranges.
It's fine. Call him what you want. Call him a stretch wing.
Oh, so we don't have anyone on the team. anymore.
Whatever you want. This is whatever. Everything.
I do want to. I do now that we're on the topic of talking about basketball analytics. Rebounding, like this team, obviously one of their biggest weaknesses last year was rebounding. How are we going to solve that problem? Like, are they going to look to sign another big? What is that going to look like with Jaylen Brown and LeBron at the 3 and the 4? Are they still going to struggle on the glass, you guys think?
Do you remember that game they had against Detroit when we saw live? You remember that game? Do you remember how many rebounds they had that whole game?
That was a disaster. I don't remember. I tried to block that game out of mine.
I think they had only I think they had 5, something
No,
crazy. It was
They
so,
had more than 5.
did they have
I
5?
I see your point. I see your
I
point.
think
though.
they only had like 5. It was
No,
wild.
That wasn't there.
It was atrocious. It was atrocious.
I agree.
Defense was atrocious.
To
I think-
Kobe's question though,
Is it? I think our offense is going to compensate for the defense. Hopefully, that'll be the case. That's what I think what's going to happen. If we properly use Joel and LeBron, they don't need to play the whole thing. They just, again, Joel can give us 40, 50 games. LeBron gives us 50 to 60 and just fill in the gap. That's fine. Offense, I think it'll work. Defense, yes, needs to be compensated after last season. But I think our offense hopefully will compensate for the lack of defense.
Drew, I agree with you.
It will be a secondary issue.
I agree with your first point. I do not agree with. They can't. This team will not be successful if they don't play defense. But I'm pretty confident they'll play defense. Maxi's a dog. VJ's a dog.
We have
Jaylen
good
Brown's a
defenders on the
dog.
We
bench.
got the youngins.
Yeah, so I think they'll be fine defensively. To Kobe's point about rebounding, I don't know, Kobe. LeBron not only is the best passer, he might be the best rebounder on the team as well, which is a damn shame. But one thing I learned this week is I think the Sixers have some flexibility as we get to the trade deadline if they need to kind of pick someone up for some reason. Not that they can get like a elite rebounder at the trade deadline, but they might be able to make some moves. And I think I don't know where not Bona. Who's the other guy?
Hack Purdy from the Knicks.
No, on the Sixers.
Yeah, the other big guy.
Oh no, not Ariel Porty, not him. The why am I drawing a blank? Who was the starting?
Janai Brew? Oh,
No, who was the starting four for them? at the
Dominic
beginning of the
Barlow.
year? Dominic Barlow, and also the other kid that didn't get any run.
Jabari Walker.
Yeah. So maybe I don't know. Maybe LeBron can unlock something from them. I think both of them are really good rebounders. We'll see. But to answer your question, Kobe, I don't know what the rebound's going to look like. I think LeBron's probably the best rebounder on the team, and maybe he can unlock something in Joel. Like Joel has less of a load. If he can play, just say, Joel, just defend and rebound for us. Hey, that's all we really, not that that's all we need from you, but you don't need to carry as much of the offensive load. Maybe you could rebound a little bit better. I don't know. I don't. It's a great question, Kobe. I just don't know how to answer it right now. I want to see how they look on the court.
I really don't want to answer it right now. I really don't want to bring up any worries or potential concerns with the news that we got LeBron James.
Yeah.
Like we're still in the week of that.
But I think it's still a great question, though. I think it's a great question that I ask. LeBron fills a lot of holes. But at his age, it is a lot to ask of him. So Embiid needs to rebound better. There's times it doesn't seem like he's even trying. Like he's not boxing out. He's not like high pointing rebounds. He can play better. And I think with less of a workload on offense, he may be able to do that.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Noah, how excited are you to have LeBron James along with the young guys, Tyrese Maxey and VJ, and have them learn from a guy like LeBron? What kind of impact do you think not only LeBron will have on a guy like VJ Edgecombe, who kind of shadows a D Wade, a guy that LeBron played with in his past, but what impact do you think not only LeBron will have on him, but Jaylen Brown as well, who is kind of like, I feel like a VJ prototype, a guy that VJ can look up to becoming one day? How excited are you to see that dynamic for the young guys on the team?
I think it'll be very beneficial for them. I feel like the Sixers never really had a mentor or anything. They just had like Ben Simmons and Tobias Harris and Embiid. And we expected Embiid to win with that. You guys always said like you felt like Embiid needed someone to, not look up to, but show him the ropes or something. I think LeBron could be that. Maybe he'll bring that motor out of Embiid a little more. He'll give him some tips to stay healthy, some recovery tips, stuff like that. I think it'll help Maxey and VJ become better processors just from learning from him, like we saw what Harden did to help Maxey.
Yeah, great.
Great point. I think we saw some of the best basketball from Maxey with playing that off-ball role with James Harden.
Yeah, and to Noah's point, this LeBron's work ethic, having Embiid, and again, I know Embiid's in his 30s now. He never had a vet like that, like show him what hard work looks like. How would it look? I remember reading something early in the year when Maxey and LeBron were working out together. They would work early in the morning. LeBron would get there first, and then the next day, Maxey would try to beat him there the next day. And then LeBron would try to beat him there the next day. And they were competing who can get to the gym first. Like having someone like that, like if Embiid seeing that and he doesn't like match that energy, if he doesn't match the energy, I don't know what to do with the brother at that point. We'll see. But I think just having someone there with LeBron's he's just a maniac about spending a whole bunch of money on his body to keep himself, effective at this age. I'm hoping that Embiid learned something from that. As my microphone is trying to fall off.
They might
I have
start
a
a
question.
5. They might start a 5 a.m. gym club.
Maybe.
Maxey
I'm
and
still
LeBron.
on. I'm just going to turn my video off for a second. I'm still here, guys.
I have a question for Drew and Dad.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Yes,
So when
baby, brother.
when LeBron brings the championship to Philadelphia, like, where do you guys rank him in your
Dad, can you
best
mute your
players
mic?
ever? Would you
Yeah.
rather?
So all right. So if LeBron were to bring us a ring, So if LeBron were to bring us a ring, I'm gonna rank LeBron number 11, maybe number 9
That's just absurd.
of all time.
That is absurd.
Number
You make me
9,
sick.
maybe. All right,
Maybe
I gotta
number
see what
9.
happens. Listen. Let me again. I'll say this about LeBron. I liked him in Miami, and that's about
I
it.
feel like that's literally like the last place you should like him at, honestly.
I know. I loved him I love Dwayne Wade. So I was like, listen, you got
Carried
Dwayne
him.
Wade. Listen, Dwayne Wade already had a chip.
So did you hear Noah's question, Chuck?
I did. I think there's nuance to it, Noah. It's hard to say. I like to see this season play out. I think we're underestimating the impact that Jaylen Brown's going to have on the team as well. So if LeBron, again, it's nuance. So if Jaylen Brown, if LeBron plays 50 games but he's super effective, averaging like 18, 5 and 5, and he's doing his thing. But Jaylen Brown is first team, second team, all NBA, and he's like leading the team, and Maxey is free to be Maxey, and VJ takes a step, and like Jaylen Brown's leading the way. I don't know.
Hold on.
I don't know if it's going to move the needle for me with LeBron, but here's the thing with LeBron, and this is the way I'm going to answer the question. If he brings the championship to the Sixers,
it won't matter because you'll just have Jaylen Brown above him because he played better.
No, stop it. I would have to say, I'm not holding anything against him or giving him credit right now on anything he does. Like I'm not going to. I don't know what age it was for him, but at some point I was like, well, what is he doing right now? It is what it is. It's not going to change my thought one way or the other. I'm not going to think he's worse than Michael or better than Michael at this point. He's deciding to play for a long time. Whatever he does is not going to sway me one way or the other. I'm not going to rank him any worse. I'm not going to rank him any higher. Obviously, if he wins a championship for Philadelphia, that's a little different. It's my team. It's the team I've been following since I was a kid. I have a special place in my heart. So maybe I might rank him a little higher, but I want to see how the season plays out first. If he unlocks something in Embiid, if Maxey goes to another level because he's off the ball a little bit more, if he gets Janai Bloom to average a double-double, wow, he goes to number 1 if he does, he does that. But I always like to see. I want to see how the season plays out. I don't want to like make a blanket statement on what
you just said
what may happen. I think Jaylen Brown right now is an under.
Honestly, Dad, like you just said a whole lot.
He's underrated acquisition. What?
You just said a whole lot of nothing. Just to.
Well, I don't know. I can't answer it. The season hasn't played out. You're asking me.
I said if he brings a championship to Philadelphia, it's not like, oh, I gotta see how the season plays out. If you see how the season plays out, he brings his championship to it.
Meaning that he has a big role in helping us win.
Yeah, if he brings a championship, if it's because of him,
and
yeah, then I'll rank him
maybe like number 3 now. Solidified number 3 over Larry Bird.
I'll rank him. He'll go ahead of Kareem. He'll be. I'll have him tied with Michael. How's that?
Also,
That's crazy.
I think we're forgetting Joel Embiid's still the best player on the team. We go.
But he doesn't. He doesn't play.
You're talking about Jaylen Brown leading the way. Like Jaylen
I
Brown
believe
didn't
in
even
Embiid. I'm wearing his
Jaylen Brown-
jersey, bro.
Jaylen Brown didn't even lead the way on the Celtics.
So his Finals MVP, that means nothing.
I think that was a very close Finals MVP, but like if you look at the rest of the
They
playoffs,
gave it to him. He won it. If LeBron wants to go see
I feel
his,
like
then
if you asked, if
bring
you
him to
polled
practice or
everyone that watched that thing, like it would be 50-50 between him and Tatum. I think Tatum was more.
oh my god.
I think that's crazy to say. I think Tatum was the facilitator of the offense. I think Brown played better on defense. He locked up Luka than that Finals, and he was a little more efficient, so they gave it to him. It was like
Yeah, he was more efficient.
grass for straws at that point.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, he got that. I don't know what to tell you. I think he could
I
be.
love that. I love that energy, Noah.
Do
I
you?
love
Would
that
you guys?
energy.
Would you guys agree?
like-
there's a chance that
No, it's
Jaylen
just like,
Brown
I
may
just,
have a bigger impact on the Sixers team than LeBron. There's a chance. Like
I just
he could-
don't like the.
He should.
like,
He should.
it's like everyone's like the. Can you guys hear him? I can't hear him right now.
Sorry. No, I don't know. I think Jaylen Brown has a chance to have a bigger impact than LeBron on the Sixers. LeBron's gonna have a huge impact.
All I'm saying is like I hate when everyone acts like Joel Embiid's like in the way of everything. Oh my god, you guys got to get rid of him. But like when it comes down to the nitty gritty, like everyone's
I've
like, oh my
never
god,
said that.
everyone's like, oh my god, like give the ball to Embiid. Like he needs to like if we're in the clutch, like that's who we're going to.
I never said that. I will
He
say
gets all the blame. He gets all the blame when we lose. He doesn't get any of the credit. When
I
we win.
never said that about Embiid.
I'm not talking.
Well, I
about
will.
you.
What I will say though is I think Embiid needs to, not only him, but I think he needs to sacrifice some things for this team to be effective. He just can't. He can't be like, ISO to Embiid.
Yeah, he won't have to be that ball dominant
Yeah,
superstar that he's had to be
Do
for
you
us
think
before.
he wants to like be that? I don't think he wants to be that.
No,
I think he does.
think a guy-
I think
You think
I
a guy who gets
absolutely he
like?
does.
No, I think Joel Embiid wants to win. I think
he wants to
like,
win. I agree.
If you ask, this is a guy who gets injured like every game. It feels like why would he want to be like the ball in his hands, like doing everything for the team? I feel like that's what he's just had to do because we just have Daryl Moron and Elton Brand, governing the his organization. His
Well,
career.
Embiid was like that before even they got there. But I see your point, Noah. The bottom line is his usage rate is, and that has nothing to do with Morey. You talk to Nick Nurse. His usage rate when Embiid plays is the highest on the team. Even though he
'Cause
had
he's the
Maxey
best-
on the team,
'cause he's
his
the best
usage
player on
rate
the
was
team.
higher.
So they would.
What's that?
He's the best player on the team, so he has the most gravity on the team. So
No,
his
but
usage rate
wouldn't
would
you
be-
wouldn't you think that maybe Maxey would still have a high usage rate, higher usage than Embiid?
I mean, Maxey had one of the higher usage rates in the league last year too.
I don't.
It wasn't
why
higher
would-
than Embiid. When Embiid played, he had the highest usage rate on the Sixers. Like,
He's
bottom
the best
line.
player on the Sixers, so why would he not have?
All right, fine. Well, why would he want that to change? Now, listen, you're right. You may be right. I know he wants to win. However, the one thing I've noticed about athletes, superior athletes, they have this unwavering confidence in themselves, and I think that separates them from us. Noah, I think you're an amazing athlete. I think you're a really good athlete. But what kept you from like going to the next level is like you didn't have this irrational confidence. And I think great players have that. And I think Embiid has that. So does he want to be the best player? The offense goes
But-
in? Probably yes.
Do you think LeBron has that? And LeBron's a guy who
I think
is
one of the
the
reasons
greatest talent to ever, the greatest at basketball. But he, in the clutch moments, he gives the ball to his teammates if they have a good shot.
Oh, absolutely. But
don't
I
think
think one of the
it's-
reasons he left LA was because he didn't want to stand in a corner while Luka ran the offense. So he, in its own
don't
way,
think
yes, he does. He is a little selfish, but I think to be great, you have to be selfish. I'm not saying that's a negative thing. I'm saying great players are selfish. They want the ball at crunch time. They want to like have like the glory, and it's nothing wrong with that. And I hope Embiid is that. Like, I want him to be hungry, but I do want him to realize that he needs to sacrifice some things for this team to be great. but
Well,
I
I'm com-
still want him to be that uber confident player, because I think that what makes great players great is being this irrationally confident.
All I'm
Yeah.
saying is, like, I think Embiid, like, this guy's peaked like as high as anyone could peak in the regular season. He's accomplished everything. Like, I don't think he wants. I think he wants to win. I think that's what he's most worried about. I don't think he cares about like him having the ball all game or anything. Like, why would I don't understand how that makes any sense.
I don't know him like that, so you're probably right. I have watched his entire career, and one of the things I don't think he would be thrilled with if he goes a stretch of games where the offense is not, and it's going to be a balance between Nurse and probably LeBron. If he goes a stretch of games where he's not a big part of the offense, I think he may have an issue with that. So we'll see.
Listen, it's
I
a
would
good
ra-
problem. Go ahead, Noah.
I would rather have like the problem of too many good players on my team than having like Furkan Korkmaz being like my first.
No, you're trying. I agree with you. It's like you want to pick an argument with me. I'm agreeing
No,
with
I
you.
just,
I'm
I'm
about to say
totally
the
agreeing
same
with
thing
you.
as Noah. Not trying to get into an argument, but yeah, like it's a good problem to have, having more great players. Than
But
not.
that wasn't his question. His question was more about like Embiid. I think Embiid, all of a sudden, we have all these good players. Let me turn my ego down a little bit. I think what makes great players great is they do have egos. That's all I'm saying. And they're going to need, the players and the coach are going to need to find a way to make it work. And I think they can do that. I think Embiid, I'm sick of like getting bounced in the second round. So I'm going to do what I have to do. But I think he's still going to have an ego. That's what got him to besides being like 7'2" and really talented, you have to have like this confidence. There have been a lot of 7-foot players who didn't make it because they didn't have the confidence to want to be great. And I think Embiid does have that.
I think
LeBron obviously has it. Jaylen Brown, guys, why did he call last season like his best season? His most favorite season is because he was able to be the man. Like, great players want that. But again, they're going to have to work it out, and the coach is going to work it out. But I'm confident that they will do it.
Yeah, I mean, like, just to transition out of this, one of the cool things about Embiid is that he can go stretches without having the ball, without being that guy. But then when you do give him the ball, he doesn't lose confidence. He doesn't lose that killer instinct. He's able to turn it on and
Hold on,
be that
who are you
for
talking about?
Embiid.
I suppose, but he's still Kobe. I'm not saying you're wrong. I just don't know. What I do know is and the stats prove this. When he plays, he has the highest usage rate. So he doesn't like go a stretch of not being the boss of the offense. He doesn't go a lot of time like that. He will have to do that now. But for his whole Sixers career, he's out there. He's in charge. They're running the offense through him.
That's a good point.
So you might be right, but I have never seen that happen.
I guess I was more referring to when he's missing games and he comes back and he's able to not really miss a beat and have that touch with his shooting.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Maybe take some time to come back because of his endurance, but still have that sharpness to him and that confidence to take shots. But yeah, that's a good point. We haven't seen him not be the focal point when he's on the court, and we'll probably
we've never seen that.
Probably see that. But again, it is a great problem to have after LeBron has decided to come to Philly, after we have signed Jaylen Brown and have the roster that we have going into the next season. Speaking of next season, shouldn't say next season, but won't see another World Cup for another 4 years. Chuck, I know you had a World Cup question that you wanted to bring to the forum.
There's a couple of things. And I know Drew wants to like present something real quick too. I do have that queued up after this.
Okay.
So Kobe, tell me about two things. Tell me about the America's Cup. Am I saying that correctly?
Copa America?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah. It's
happens.
the
That's up in the spring, I guess. This is all the nations in North and South America playing for a title.
yeah. It's generally only South American nations, and then the U.S. will get invitations to it. They don't compete in it every single year, so it's generally just between the countries in South America.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but we've
For
seen the
the
U.S. in it
audience,
before.
for the audience listening, I am baseball Spanish. I am not soccer Spanish.
Hmm. Thanks, Cope.
So
I mean,
these
thanks,
World
Joe.
Cup questions are not applicable to my culture.
Okay. That's good to know. So I'm probably going to tune into that. I'm trying to keep my soccer energy up after the World Cup. I
You
enjoyed
got to
myself.
pick a Premier League team. That's what you got to do.
Premier League team. Can I pick the Union?
That's an MLS team, but yeah, you can be a fan of them.
Okay, I don't know.
I think it would be fun because Noah is going to be rooting for Brighton this season. He's going to be a
What is that?
Brighton supporter.
Can we?
So-
Can we draw like? Can we like do a lottery of picking one of those teams? Picking a team, and we can follow them. Do they have like? Do they
I think
have
that'd
like
be
a
great.
fantasy team? I don't know what's going on.
There's fantasy soccer.
How do you
but
watch? How
can't-
do you watch Premier League soccer?
Gotta wake up early on Saturday mornings.
But where? On what network?
It's
On
hard nowadays. Like it used to be on regular TV, but now you have to go on like the Peacocks and Fubo.
Okay.
You have to have those subscriptions for it. But so it is a lot harder nowadays. Like I remember as a kid, I would wake up 7:30 in the morning, turn on I don't know what sometimes they'd come on NBC, like the primetime games, more around noon, but I'd be able to turn on the TV, watch my team play, to have the best starts of the weekend that you can imagine. Just watching Premier League soccer, Wayne Rooney, Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's the
That
best way to
best
start your
days.
weekend.
As a kid, yes, it was.
Wow. Wow, that's interesting.
Maybe
Okay,
throw some pancakes into the mix.
My last question about soccer. So I'm getting a lot of this in my social media feed, and I want to know your opinion on it. Basically, it's people saying U.S. soccer would be much better if black kids stop trying to be the third string wide receiver for Alabama or UCLA. Like if those kids, instead of like being these backups, played soccer instead, the United States would have a stronger soccer team. Do you agree with that?
I would say more than anything, we have guys playing soccer in the United States.
Well,
We have
I
kids,
guess my
should
question
say.
is, hold it. I think my question is, are our best athletes, or can we have better athletes playing soccer?
We could, but I feel like you could say that about any sport. Like I feel like there are athletes that play football that would be better basketball players. I think that we have talent in the United States, kids that want to play soccer, that play soccer, but I think that they just don't get recognized in the same way that they do in other countries. Like in England, if you play for a club, there can be a scout from the Premier League team that is on the sideline watching your games and can see you play, can see Noah play left wing and score 2 goals in 20 minutes and say, okay, I want him to come to my academy, and he'll bring him to the Chelsea academy and he'll be a part of the team just like that. Won't have to pay anything just because a scout's on. Like we don't have that kind of pipeline in the United States for
Okay.
kids getting noticed. So I would say that's the biggest thing. And then it's just like the coaching aspect. Like there needs to be a lot of changes, I think, with United States soccer in terms of how we coach the game and what we prioritize. And you could say the same for a lot of other countries, but if we want to make it to that next level, we have to just continue to get better as a whole, as coaches, as players, as scouts, having a better system as well. So I think those are keys.
Well, correct me if I'm wrong. Other than Argentina, it did seem like the World Cup was what nation had the most players of African descent were really kind of moving on. Who had like the best players of African descent, basically.
Yeah, France had
So
a lot of players of African descent. England,
even Spain had a couple. They had a Williams Jr. on their team, which I thought was interesting.
yeah, Nico. He was a big player off the bench for them.
So I just found it interesting. That was in my feed. A lot of people saying, "Well, listen, if some of these black players in the United States, instead of they were fighting for third string spot on these um, football teams, these college football teams, and play soccer instead,
I mean,
we
listen,
would be better. We would be better nation at soccer."
no, that's not true. You could put
Okay.
Nico Williams on the United States and they'd still be the same team. Like he's not gonna make them become Spain because he's on the team. Lamine Yamal isn't gonna make the United States become Spain if he's on the team.
Okay.
He's gonna make them better, but they're still gonna be the United States. They're still gonna have the same philosophy, the same mindset. So the system needs to change. It's not about not having the players play the sport, because we have the players in the country that play the sport that are good enough. We just have to get them noticed, and we have to continue to develop a good system that makes it possible for it
Okay.
to work.
Okay.
in my
Drew, you
opinion.
ready? Okay. So, we want to introduce this, or do you want me to just?
Yeah, no, yeah. So since we're doing a reaction theme this segment, we're gonna get a reaction for the Avengers trailer of Avengers Doomsday.
Wait, I
Play
actually
the
don't want to.
clip.
I actually don't want this spoiled.
It's a trailer.
There's
I
a
know,
trailer,
but I
dude.
didn't want to. Okay,
It's a trailer.
I was trying to avoid it. I was trying to avoid it.
So
low-key,
hold on
It's a
low-key,
trailer.
before I play this. Would my superpower get me on the Avengers?
They don't need to know who's good at
Maybe-
basketball.
Like if
They
I
may need-
handed Thanos a basketball, and I'm like, dude, you're trash. That's not a superpower.
It would be a superpower to get you killed by Thanos.
Yeah, I
Thanos
don't
look like
think
he
he
could. We could use
cares.
Thanos on the Sixers. I think he'd be all right. All right, let's do this.
All right, play the clip.
Can you guys see that?
Yes, and we do not own the rights to any of this stuff.
Something's coming. Something we may not be able to deter.
Bigger.
Before this day is done, we shall be faced with an unthinkable decision. I've fought with many warriors in my time. They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died. They died facing enemies and threats that scared me far less than this one. Everything that they sacrifice will be for nothing if we do not stand together. Put aside your petty squabbles. Presume nothing except this. If you return, you will return as brothers and sisters. But mark my words. We're going to need a miracle. Hey, pal. It's not possible.
Doom is coming.
I love the cliffhangers of someone else grabbing Thor's hammer in a trailer.
Hold on. Did I play it again?
That's one of my favorite things of the Avenger movies.
Who was that grabbed the hammer?
That was Steve Rogers.
Oh, was it? Okay. I couldn't tell. All right, relax. So,
Who are your guys' favorite Avengers?
first of all, I think I could fit in there with my superpower of handing someone a basketball and telling them they're trash.
I think you'd be best in their mailroom.
Anyway, my favorite Avenger is obviously Spider-Man. I mean, that's the right answer. You can say who you want, but it's obviously Spider-Man.
Mine's Iron Man.
Come on, stop it.
Dude, word.
No one wants to be Iron Man.
What? He's the coolest Avenger.
He's very cool.
He's smart.
But
He's-
Spider-Man is the correct
He's
answer.
got the suit. Spider-Man.
Yeah, outside Spider-Man though. I love Spider-Man. He's like my favorite of all time, but like
I don't count Spider-Man as an Avenger.
Well, he is.
that's crazy.
Yeah, he was like interning with the Avengers.
Interning.
When I think of
Tony is the
Avengers-
one who officiated him as an Avenger. He literally went.
When I think of an Avenger, I think
You're
of
an
like
Avenger.
the original movie, like those guys.
And that's fine.
So
I
who's
guess
your
out of the
favorite?
original, it's
Captain
Steve
America.
Rogers. Yeah.
I hate Iron Man.
Yeah, Iron Man is
Like anyone who thinks
Tony's
Iron Man's the
okay.
best Avenger, like you're a loser. Honestly, sorry.
the character's
just-
cool. The
I
movies
didn't-
aren't that great.
No, I think the movies are good. I just
Iron
don't.
Man movie.
I just don't like Iron Man.
Why?
I mean, I like Iron
Man
Man.
3 was trash.
I
Iron
gained
Man 3
he
was
gained my
trash.
respect. Like he sacrificed himself a couple of times, but I just feel like I don't know. Like
A lot of this stuff is because of Tony.
Because of who?
Because of Tony. Because of Iron Man.
Oh.
I just think
I
he's
just
like
think
a
he's-
rich-
I just
he's
thi-
just like a rich guy in a suit, like and not in like a cool Batman way. Like he's in like a
Word.
But he
bad.
made the suit out of nothing when his life was on the line. Like that's not cool.
And that's
dude.
cool. That's dope. That was dope.
That's a good point. I might
like
watch.
at least
I
at
might
least
watch that
Batman
today,
has
actually.
like a he just
Batman's
like beats people
outside.
up and he's cool.
Batman's outside. Yeah. Like Batman
He just
could.
shoots blasters at people.
Yeah. Like Tony gets a lot of help, but again, it's like I get why people like him, but it's like there are better Avengers. I think Steve Rogers is a better Avengers. Rest in peace to Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther. Great
Not
Avenger.
Avenger.
Just on
That's an
Batman real
Avenger.
quick.
Honorary.
just-
That's an honorary Avenger, man. He's an
Just on
Avenger.
Batman real quick. I think I like Batman's my favorite superhero. Forget this Avenger. Like he's my favorite superhero. It's just to me it's an act to be Bruce Wayne, and his real personality is Batman, compared to Iron Man, where Tony, I don't know, it just seems.
Well, everyone knows
everyone
Tony's
knows
Iron
who he
Man.
is.
Yeah, he knows, but I don't know. I like the fact that Bruce Wayne, he's almost an act. It's not like really who he is. And
But
who
can
he
we
really
focus on the
is
trailer?
Batman. What's that?
Doom is coming. Doom is coming.
All right, relax. Well, to answer
And
even
he
this, why,
stopped the hammer with just this. That's
so
all he did.
so
Does anyone know who Doctor Doom is?
we do? Why
Like the
why?
real Doctor Doom?
What do you mean a real one?
Like not like the
No.
past incarnations from previous movies. The first one was okay, but
No, I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're
trash.
talking about.
Wasn't he in
Doom,
the
Dr.
Fantastic?
Doom.
He was in the Fantastic
Fantastic-
Four, right?
Yes, Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom was the dude who blocked Thor's
I-
hammer.
Can I just say something?
Yes, boy.
Like I just can't take Thor seriously after like the last movie I watched of him. Like I don't know what
I
they're doing
remember
with his
Dad was
character.
very vocal about.
I don't know what they're doing with
he
his
hated
character.
Logan
It's like
Paul.
one movie he's like serious, and then next movie he's like joking around, and then another
Yeah.
movie he's like sad.
Yeah, he was in like a pit of overeating.
It's like, I just
He
can't-
got like
I just can't take him
he
serious
got-
anymore.
That's fair. And his
Is this
movies are bad.
considered a Thor movie, or
It's an Avengers movie.
oh, so it's an Avengers movie?
Doomsday.
It's not just because there was a lot of Thor in that trailer.
Because he's the only
Yeah.
OG left.
'Cause- yeah, Remember, Tony's dead. Steve is supposed to be gone too. Black Widow's dead. I don't know. I think Hawkeye's MIA. I don't even remember what happened to him.
When does the movie come out?
December 18th, I think. Did anyone not see the
You
trailer? I guess I'm the only one.
You're muted, Dad. I saw the trailer.
Yeah, like I'm more excited. I'm more excited for the Spider-Man movie that's coming out next week.
Well, on that note, is Spider-Man or the Hulk in Doomsday?
I think we have to see the Spider-Man movie to find out.
Okay.
That's my theory, at least. But
And like, how'd they ruin the Hulk and Thor? Yeah, did Disney do that?
Hulk, they don't have the rights to, I know, so that's why they can't do nothing.
Well, he's in
But
Spider-Man.
yes, Hulk is very poorly used. Very poorly.
All right.
Well,
Good
I'm
stuff.
excited, I guess.
Drew, you're very excited. We got
I am
how many months until December? Got some time. That'll be like in the middle of football
Less
season.
than 5. 4 months, really, because July's about to be over.
That'll be something for us to break up talking about the Eagles,
And the Sixers. And the Sixers.
And the Sixers. And the Sixers. So excited for that. Well, fellas, I guess we'll wrap it up. If you guys don't have any more spicy hot takes on this LeBron James Instant Reaction podcast, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys stay tuned for more content. Follow us on social media at Cheesesteaks and Takes on Instagram. Man, LeBron James is a Sixer. Still cannot believe it. Cannot wait for the basketball season. Can't wait for the bird season. That's starting soon as well. Going to get our fantasy football league back up and running in only a matter of weeks. But for now, guys, I'm going to sign off. Have a great rest of your weekend. And we'll talk to you next time.
Powered by Riverside.